check out some of these vintage golf hats I recently found on eBay. First, this old Lasonia, I don't know if it's 80s or 90s, nylon, whatever, rope hats. That's sweet, Langford Moreau. But this guy, this one, is just beautiful. And hopefully I can wear it at this course someday. The Chicago Golf Club straw hat. This is ridiculous, but I love it. Anywho, it's in the box. What's in the box? Can't do a whole video wearing the straw hat. I'm sorry, so we'll wear the cool vintage Lasonia hat. Welcome back to That Range Life, a channel sometimes about golf here on YouTube. My name is Bill Bush from DriveRangeHeroes.com, at Range Heroes on all of your favorite social media platforms. We're hitting the winter months here, but that doesn't mean golf content stops. You know, a lot of new gears coming out. Lots of time to maybe tune up your clubs, throw some fresh grips on, maybe try out a new shaft, but use that off season to your advantage. And a lot of people are hitting their sweet California, Florida, European, God knows where golf trips, and are looking to get their gear exactly where they need it to. So no rest for the wicked. We don't have time for that. We got to make the most of the winter season. And like the rest of you, I will heap up the work, and got a new box today with some pretty exciting stuff in it, so let's dive into it. Paperwork. Golf shafts. All right, so what we have here are the current Fujikura Speeder NX golf shafts, the latest in the Fujikura Speeder lineage. If you are familiar with the brand, you know the Speeder name goes way back. You have things like the Speeder Evolution line. That was a big one. God, what was the other one? The Meteore. The Meteore speeders. Those were great. You had Speeder Pro, but now we're in the NX. You had the Speeder NX green and blue. The blue was the original. That was pretty sweet. But now we have the violet and gold. All right, so these NX Speeder NX shafts, I'm going to do my best to say Speeder NX, but if I say Speeder or NX on their own interchangeably, that's all right. You know what I'm talking about. These use a new concept called VTC, or Variable Torque Core. What does that mean? So basically, I'm just going to hold one of these here. The idea is that it refines the twisting stiffness or the torque in the different regions of the shaft based on optimal performance and the different general needs of torque in different areas of the golf shaft, right? So you might not need the same amount of torque in the midsection as you do in the butt section, the tip sections, etc. So that's, in layman's terms, making it stiff and bend the right way in all the right places rather than one uniform profile throughout, all right? And the way Fujikura came to that conclusion is really through years of their Enzo research and analytics, their process they've used to develop products like this, the previous Speeder Evolution line, and of course your Ventus featuring Velocore, whichever you prefer. But yeah, so they know that golfers need a different level of torque throughout the golf shaft. First things first here, the Speeder NX Violet. This has been out for a little bit. This is basically an updated version, or I should say a refined version of the Speeder NX Blue. So the same bend profile, but with a tightened tip section and a tightened butt section. They say 10% or so, and the idea being with these refinements, you have the same bend profile, but you should achieve an increase in your speed and launch. So that might equal more distance. Additionally, this has something called DHX technology, which I don't believe the blue had, or if it did, I apologize. But this DHX technology, that's a tough one to spit out. DHX technology. It's designed to optimize performance with these newer, higher MOI heads. These higher MOI heads, right, are so they're more stable and don't want to twist as much, and the shaft will work better with those in theory. And the way I would explain it, the sheets, there's multiple like sheets of graphite wrapped around a core to uh, to give you your shaft profile. And I guess traditionally they overlay each other on like 45-degree angles. And this DHX technology, God, I did it again. DHX technology is what I keep trying to say. Technology adds a second bias layer that where the sheet of graphite is overlaid at a different angle. So I don't know if it's like this, I don't know, but it's at a different angle and it encourages faster ball speeds and alters that profile and the torque a little bit more. So that's what DHX does. In the Violet, you have a stiff butt section, stiff middle section, firm tip section for the bend profile. So nothing soft, but a little softer in the tip than the rest of it. This is supposed to give you a mid-high launch with a mid-low spin on paper. They do offer them in 40 to 70 grams with a range of flexes from R2 through X flex. So that's R2 is, I would say, less than senior. Senior flex, regular flex, stiff flex, X flex. Keep in mind, as always, these are profiles on paper. Of course, you could go test it. Your hands might respond to them differently. And you may not realize the same mid-high launch and mid-low spin that Fujikura advertises, but it's a good starting point for you. All right, so that's the Violet. Speeder NX Gold. This is the new one, replacing the NX Green, if I'm not mistaken. Stiffened midsection for enhanced stability. So it's going to be a little firmer, a little lower torque. I believe that's the right way. Right here in the middle. So I think you're looking at the stronger swingers, the people who maybe played hockey or a little bigger, put a little more snap into it. They might like that stability in this midsection. Also produces a lower launch and spin without sacrificing feel. A lot of shaft companies, and Fujikura is no exception to it, have really improved in making a more stable and robust golf shaft without sacrificing that feel. I like to get a little bit of that snap in the release. You know, you can feel that energy load and you can feel it release. But when people were pursuing that like really, really stable, boardy golf shaft with a firm tip section and keeping launch and spin, I felt like there's a time where everybody was aspiring for 115-mile-an-hour swing speeds or even less and wanting like 1900, 1800 RPMs of spin and a 9-degree launch angle. Why? I don't know. Everybody's not Dustin Johnson, but they were making shafts to respond to that, and they were super boardy and didn't really have good feel. These designs now are looking to give you that kind of stability, but not sacrificing feel, so you get good response, good feedback, and can still feel your energy load and release in the shaft. So that's what they aim to do with this lower launching and spinning Speeder NX Gold. We have a stiff butt section, stiff mid section, stiff tip section. So compared to the Violet earlier, I think on paper, we're supposed to be pretty similar here, but gold's going to be stiffer in the tip section. So to help with that lower launch and spin. And it's going to be a little softer, but I don't think too soft in the Violet in the tip section, right? According to the Fujikura spec sheet, we have a mid-launch, mid-low spin with the Speeder NX Gold. So we're still not talking low. I think, you're looking in the Ventus Blue area. Again, on paper in comparison, feel and the nuanced performance might be a little bit different. So as always, like I mentioned with the Violet, you should get fit for it and see how you respond to it. I'm thinking and I'm hoping it's somewhere maybe a little between the Ventus Blue and Black. I do think you'll notice a different feel not having Velocore in it, but conceptually it's very similar. And we'll see. I'm excited. I'm really excited to try this one out, if I'm honest. The Speeder NX Gold is offered in 50 through 70 grams, Senior Flex through X Flex, both of these depending on which weights you get. So like if you get 70 grams in this, they don't offer it in Senior Flex. I think it's just stiff and X Flex. And um, likewise with the Speeder NX Violet, if you get a heavier weight, it's not going to have the lighter flexes available. Okay, that's about it. $400 at retail, available through your favorite Fujikura dealer fitter. I say, as always, get fit. Make sure you are getting the right golf shaft for your game, and it actually responds to your hands and your swing the way you expect it to, so you get your optimal performance. And these guys know what they're doing. They make incredible golf shafts. I'm sure these will be great. I will put these not necessarily into play, but I will get these out to the range, course on a trip or something, testing these as soon as possible. I will report back at Drive Range Heroes as I always do. So don't forget to follow me at Range Heroes. And why don't you go down below if you enjoyed this video, or just because you want to be supportive of the channel, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time we post a video here on the channel. I'm working on some stuff to show you a little more insight into my testing and whatnot, and that'll be coming soon. So hit that bell so you get notified when it's there. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Stay warm. See you next time.